Hello, Shaun.
Hello, John. Here we are.
This is the 10th episode of the House Party, John and Sean's House Party podcast.
And it's an auspicious occasion.
Yeah, we've got a very exciting crossover episode.
Right.
So, Sean, I don't know if you've listened to another podcast
I have listened to another podcast before, yes.
called, I think it's called Off Menu.
I've not heard of this one now.
With, I sort of wrote, so it's basically a podcast where these two comedians, I think Jamie Acaster
Right.
and Ed Grumble, talk to a range of different celebrities about what their dream menu would be, and I thought that sounds quite a lot like fun. We do a lot of food segments on our podcast, so we're a real natural fit for that format.
Yeah.
So I sort of wrote to them.
Right.
I gave them a sort of the time and place of recording. So we've been waiting for them for about 20 minutes or so. So we're back in Cardiff today. Our BBC sort of studio in Cardiff. But they haven't turned up yet, so I guess they're delayed.
Yeah, maybe there's an issue with the trains or something.
Yeah, but I think because it's about our dream menu, I don't really think they're necessarily needed. I reckon they can add all their stuff in post.
Yeah. We'll send a carrier pigeon with the SD card, and they can put that bit in.
Yeah. So I think we'll make a start about them, but their guests are people like Al Fanning, Ellipper now.
Well, people with L in the start of their name.
No, and like Bob Mortimer.
Okay.
But real like creme de la creme of sort of talent. So I think we're right at home in that,
Yes.
in that group.
I have two words in my name as well. Yeah. So I think we kind of match. I guess I have 4 words in my name, but I'm maybe double trouble.
No, and then I got 3, so
Yes,
that's 7 in total.
Yes, maybe we only have 4. I think that puts us at a good advantage.
So this will be broken out into all the different courses, and I think we're just gonna, as we go through our dream menu, for every course I'll make a selection, and Sean will make a different selection perhaps.
Okay.
And then we'll have our dream menu at the end.
Right.
And this is what if we went to a magical restaurant where I think normally on the off menu podcast, the Jamie Acaster guy pretends to be like a genie, so you can like sort of conjure up whatever you want for every course. So you're really there's no limits.
Okay.
It could really be anything.
Okay, I feel like I'm not taking advantage of this enough, but we'll see what everyone's opinions are.
That's right. You don't have to dream big. You're gonna have your little mundane sort of daydreams.
Okay.
If you want, but so let's kick off.
Right.
So first is the water course. So they obviously when you're in a restaurant they bring out water. So Sean, what water would you want? Would you want still or sparkling?
So yeah, I went for like a still. I'm not a sparkling guy. I don't have like preferences on brands. Do you have? I guess maybe we'll get to.
Do you find bubbles challenging?
It's not a challenge. I guess it's like a weird texture, but it always just feels like lemonade that's gone wrong because it's like they should just give me a lemonade if they're going to give me that. But
it's just aid.
It's just yes. I don't know. It's a wrong part of the sentence. Something like aid. Sad aid. I don't know what to call it. But yeah. Anyway,
Sad aid.
The last time I've had still sparkling maybe 3 times in my life. The first time was intentional. The second 2 times it was out of desperation, I guess. But the first time you're like, I've not tried this, and then the second 2 times it's like, no, this is. But yeah, some of it's this or just go thirsty, and you're like, okay, fine. If the alternative is go thirsty, I'll still as. I never ask for still water. It just kind of gets given to me. But like someone else is always a helpful person. I'm glad that they do, but I never think to. I'd always rather request something else. But
so in this dream restaurant scenario, you would be having still water.
Yes.
But there'll be someone else at the table who would have requested it.
And
so
it's just kind of there, and it's like if I've drank the other drink, there's still water to fall back to.
Right.
But I'm not eager to pick up my still water.
But not to quench your palate.
I guess it could be good. I feel like I'm not opinionated enough foodie for that, but it is good to like clear the palate without spoiling the taste. But I like the taste of the drink normally, so I'd rather have the tasty drink.
Okay, but I'm also like you. I don't really like sparkling. I rarely have it. The times I have it tends to be where when you like buy a bottle of water. And sometimes, like a sparkling bottle, sort of been shifted.
Oh, so just by mistake?
You just pick it up by mistake. You don't notice that it's sparkling, and you end up, end up with a sparkling drink.
Mm-hmm.
But so I've gone with, but I don't really want fancy still water either. I've just gone with tap water.
Oh, you're one of those people who says, by the way, I want it from the tap. You make it very clear.
Well, yeah, I would be so aggressive about it.
Okay.
There's a nasty glint in your eyes. That was a bit threatening.
No. It's just funny. There's some people who it's just like I feel like it's almost a core character trait that they will specify tap water. Maybe that's a mean thing to say, but like I don't know.
That's me, is it? Okay.
I didn't know that was you. I don't remember you being a person who necessarily. It's not something I marked you down as. I don't think you asked for water. At least not that I've seen.
I do ask for water.
You do ask for water. I apologize. Maybe there's always when we're in groups that there's someone else who does the job first.
Okay. No, I don't know. I think I'm normally the jug of water person.
Okay.
But yeah, just tap water. Even though this is the dream restaurant, I still be begrudging paying for still water.
Have you heard of
Council Pop?
Yeah, have you heard of Coca-Cola's? Like, was it Desai or that Coca-Cola had a scheme where they
they said every time you drink some tap water, you should instead have a glass of Coke or something.
No. So that Coke obviously has various beverages. They don't just do Coca-Cola. They have like
they own innocent smoothies nowadays.
I did not know this.
I think they do. Yeah.
Okay. So that in America, but they tried to do it in the UK briefly. They had like a place in, let's say, Essex. They were just bottling tap water and selling it to people. And
Coca-Cola
was bottling tap water, and this is the thing they do in America, and it's just routine. But in the UK, there's an expectation that bottled water comes from like a mountain or something. The spring, it's an expectation. So Coca-Cola were fairly clear that they were doing this, but it's not stupid. It's not that they put a big picture of a tap on it, but they weren't like lying. But when it became clear that that's what they were doing, there was like a public outcry, and they stopped selling this in the UK.
Wow.
But in America, it's a fairly routine thing.
But so it's not very. When you have your still water, would you want something from the spring, or would you want something from Coca-Cola?
I don't care. I think it's like health washing that they try and make out that there's calcium and iron in it, and it's kind of good for you. It's like it's water, like it's just good. As long as it's not like got arsenic in it.
You wouldn't want the added electrolytes.
No, I don't. If I want electrolytes, I'll drink like a Lucozade or something. Okay. But I'm not one of those people. There's some people. Are you sensitive to electrolytes? Some people. It's like,
I don't think so.
No, there's some people I know who are like, I need electrolytes or I will feel bad. It's just like a thing in their lives. Whereas some, I just look at. I'm just like, what is? I just feel okay unless I'm like got cold. I feel okay. Some people are like, I need to manage my electrolytes, or like, oh no.
Yeah, well, is that Joe you're referring to?
No,
not Joe, because he's a friend of ours who does like hikes and stuff.
No.
He had some salt solution that he used.
No.
His electrolytes.
Jack is who I'm thinking of. Yeah, I think he has to manage.
Jack's a martial artist, isn't he? So I guess he has to have his chi in balance. So he's maybe more sensitive to that. But no, mine, just tap water, council pop, as a Welsh lady from work calls it.
Okay.
So some council pop, but this is an important one though, from a region that has hard water.
Oh, you're hard water. You like it? Okay.
Yeah, I don't like soft. We're hard water. And,
we're hard water.
Yeah, I don't like soft water. I think soft water's horrible.
Have you had has someone served you where there's people have the equipment in their homes to soften the water? Have you had that given to you and been?
I don't know. Some people maybe have that in the fridge or like filter. Yeah, no, I don't know. But no, I like hard water just on the tap here. I guess it's somewhat what we're used to, but
yes, what we're used to, and I guess it's some extra minerals in it. Yes, I think for the most part, it's just what we're used to.
Extra minerals. And I would prefer it if this tap council pop hard water was maybe put in a jug in a fridge a while before we arrive.
So and it's nice to have it slightly chilled. Yeah, if it's room temperature.
Yeah. So I want it chilled. I don't want any lemon in it really. I just want this to be nice and simple water to wet the whistle of sparkling conversation. But talking of sparkling, as I've turned down the sparkling water, I'm not going to turn down sparkling as a concept though, Shaun. Okay. So I've got something I shoehorned in a glass of champagne.
Oh yes, I did not expect this. Okay. A
flute of champagne too.
Nice.
So yeah, we'll with the council pop, we'll have some nice champagne, which should be drank before eating. You shouldn't mix champagne with food, I don't think.
Okay.
Because it's a delicate flavour champagne, isn't it?
Sure, I guess you want to drink it as it is. You don't want the crumbs from your mouth sort of falling into it. Yeah.
So yeah, that will be a nice welcome drink.
Okay.
And I'll leave it to the. I don't really know champagne makes, so I'll leave it to the
Moet and Chandon.
Sommelier.
maybe. Moët and Chandon is the only one I can remember.
Moët Chandon.
Something like that. That's like a brand. It's probably like 15 different types within that. But
no, I meant there's like if you're in a fancy restaurant, you'll have like a wine.
Oh, there'd be like
a waiter.
Sure.
You have like a sommelier or something.
Oh, sommelier, yeah.
Sommelier. So I'll leave it to the sommelier to pick the most appropriate.
That's
champagne.
a mean thing, but then it's like, how do they? What are they meant to like look at you or just look at the price list? Or I guess that maybe both. Or just based on the food, I guess, to try and pair it.
What they recommend,
but then the thing, you're not eating the food, so it's a mad
what they recommend a nice champagne to start the meal. It's medium budget.
Okay.
Again, not like the cheapest one.
Sure.
Because this is a dream meal, so we're not cheaping out. I guess someone else is paying for it at the end. But yeah, I don't really want too hoity-toity.
So you absolutely put off, even if money no object. If someone's like, right, here's the big one, the $1,000 one, you're just like.
I feel like that would slightly overshadow the meal, perhaps, or add a
lot of
bit
pressure.
I feel like you'd have to say something about that. You couldn't just have it and then.
Yeah, I guess you need to like go through like a wine tasting course, develop the appreciation, so you then have something intelligent to say about it. Yep, that sure tastes like wine.
And I feel like you have to dwell on it.
Yeah, you do the whirl it around.
You'd have to talk about the champagne. You won't just be able to drink the champagne and talk about the council pop.
Sure.
But yeah, so that's my first course. And your first course, not course, but So now we're sat down at the table, I guess. What is your bread?
Tiger bread.
Of course. You've gone with tiger bread.
But specifically, so normally with bread, you sort of slice, I guess, vertically, so you get like the full spread of the bread. Yeah. But I was wondering if you could like just cut the top of the bread, so you just get the tiger bit, just because that's the good bit. That's the tiger bit. Otherwise, it's just bread. I mean, there's the bit of, I guess, it's the crust overall, but the maximised crust.
Oh, so you meant like a loaf of tiger style?
I'm thinking of a loaf, but someone's chopped it such that I'm getting the tiger, the marmite covered bit.
Does the other diners with you just get lower slices?
Well, they can eat other bread. I mean, maybe they just serve that. It's like a very inefficient way. Everyone gets that, and then they sort of throw away the lower bread.
The rest of the bread. Yeah. So everyone gets the top layer.
Or maybe you can bake like.
Slices.
Can you just bake like a very short one so you're not wasting too much? Like it's short, so it's mostly just that.
Maybe they could tell you they do that.
I know.
Really,
I just don't.
They just throw away the rest of the bread. Cool. So would you want that?
Well, it's a bit butter, or I guess it could be with soup. That's ideally. I wasn't sure if I was going too far with that, but ideally to dip it in like I'd probably say lentils would be my favourite type of soup. So like that.
Dipping it in lentil soup. Oh, okay.
That's maybe what I'd go for. Yeah.
Nice, yeah, because bread's quite it's quite a mundane sounding thing, but there's a lot of choices in bread.
You can do a lot. I love bread.
So you can have like a nice fresh baguette or like garlic baguette. You can have one of those things. I don't really like these, but those pizza. They're like pizzas, but they're just like garlic bread.
Oh, like a garlic pizza bread, yeah.
Garlic pizza bread. I prefer it in the baguette. You can have like naan bread or paswari naan. And there's like Lebanese flatbreads. I guess if you're having your meal in the morning, you could have croissants.
Yes.
Or like croutons and soup.
Oh, croutons, yeah.
The way to get around it. Or poppadoms, I was thinking too.
Poppadom, yeah.
Like, because I think poppadoms are always. I don't think when you get poppadoms brought out to you in a Indian restaurant, like a gratin, how do you say for free, in gratas or something?
In gratas, yeah.
I think there's nothing more exciting in.
Just like you feel like you get a nice extra, like, oh yeah.
When poppadoms
I wasn't expecting this. Even though you should expect it when it's normally you nail, but it's always just like, oh yeah, this is part of the thing.
Yeah, I think that's so. I lean towards poppadoms, and I just think like you get the dips. Everyone's like snapping their poppadoms. I always put all four. Well, depending on how many dips you usually get 4.
Sure,
ideally, I usually put all 4 of them on.
It's a rough balancing act doing. I guess you do a little bit of each, but yeah, I'm always one at a time person.
Oh really? No, I mix them. I do all 4, and then like later on in the poppadoms, I maybe do individuals to taste them because there's an incident where I assumed there was like a bright red. It was quite spicy, and there's like out of the dips. There's like a bright red one, and then there's like a yellowish one.
Yeah.
And I assumed that the bright red one must be the spicy one.
Oh,
so I put a little of the yellowish one onto the poppadom to try it, and that turned out to be the really spicy one.
Oh yeah, they misled you. Yeah.
The red one was some like sweet, fruity sort of thing. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess sometimes that could be like a sweet and sour sort. I guess not in that case, but you can get like a different taste. That I guess red may not be the best in some cases. Yeah, I guess I'd think of yellow as like a mango chutney. Even though I guess it could be. It's not. I still don't know what those things are
I don't
because
know.
it's always just a sense of flavor. I always forget. I'm like, it's always the same thing. You should just learn it, but I guess it's more fun to be surprised every time.
Yeah, I really don't know what any of those sauces are.
Hmm.
But so I think, but I don't know if I want to. I think for my bread course, I think I want it to be a surprise.
Right.
So I want it to be a nice surprise, not a disappointment.
Right.
I don't want to be getting those garlic pizza breads. But I would like something to come out that will surprise and delight me. And perhaps that's poppadoms. Perhaps that's garlic baguette. Perhaps that's like some Portuguese roll with some nice liver gravy to dip it in. Something like that, or maybe even just a good. This could be a bit of a disappointment, but I do like just good old English sliced bread and butter, where you can use it throughout the meal to like mop up any sauces or things left on your plate and stuff. That's quite an underrated side, I think. But yeah, so it's going to be a surprise.
Okay, when you have like an unpleasant surprise, that's like not awful but not the worst. Do you complain? Do you just eat it like but sad, or do you just leave it or try and give it away? What's your technique?
I don't know if I can't quite think of an unpleasant surprise I've had.
No.
But I think I just sort of eat it if it's within the realms of possibility.
Sure.
Yeah, it's rare. There was a time when I was in a Lebanese restaurant on Gloucester Road, like Filton Avenue. It was quite further down, and they gave us a massive bowl. Like just for some reason, they were just giving everyone bowls of salad.
Sure.
With all the meals, but it was quite a nice salad and stuff. But it was a huge bowl of salad.
Yeah.
And I couldn't eat all of it.
No, sure. That's
I had
on with someone. Yeah.
I had quite a large meal too. So I actually ordered. So the salad is a bit much. So yeah. But no, this one would be a nice surprise.
Okay.
So something that I would be happy to receive.
Okay.
Cool. So next, I think we're moving on to starter. Do you want to start off on the starters?
Sure. So I've got a drink listed here, so I guess that kind of comes bundled with the starters. I'll just say that as apple juice. That's probably one of my favourite drinks. It's always ill-disciplined. When I was a kid, I lived on squash until about the age of 12. I didn't drink water, and so I think I was ruined to my teeth. But I have like a fondness for drinking fruity things, and apple was all my favourite flavour. So big glass of apple juice.
Would it be actual apple juice or apple squash then?
No, but I prefer apple juice now. I'm like a more cultured, but I don't. It feels like of a kind. But yeah, I'm an apple juice guy. There's always the fun thing, when you're on holiday and you go to the breakfast, serve yourself, and there's always the apple juice. And
the apple juice. That's probably the cheapest juice, the apple juice.
I'm sure it probably is, but it's my favourite, I think. It's a shame. People used to tell me my breath smelled of poo because of all the apple juice I drank. I don't know. It was up on blackcurrant, so I guess it was just toxic. Anyway, for food, I picked bao buns filled with tofu. And I try to remember, so I had like a particularly good bao bun once. And it was kind of like a tangy sauce, but I don't quite know what it was. But there was like a certain sauce with it in there that was just incredible. So whatever that thing I was given, it's that. So bao bun, tofu, it's a nice sauce in there. Or maybe a bit of soy in. I always like a bit of soy sauce. There's something like that in there, maybe.
And it's always nice to have a good cooked bao bun because they're hard to cook at home. I find.
I often overcook them, so that's probably why I've had some bad experiences. But there was a good restaurant that I was astonished. I don't know if it's my first bao bun, but yeah, that's one of my favourite meals I've ever had.
Yeah, they're really sort of fluffy, sort of weird, bready. Yep. I don't know how to describe a bao.
It's a unique thing I've not tasted in any other experience here.
You have stuff in. You're gonna have tofu in yours. Fine, mine. So you said your first drink, so I'll say mine. Then we're gonna have a Vinho Verde, which is Portuguese green wine.
Green wine, okay.
So it's more. I think it's more sort of. It's a bit like white wine, but I think they do something a bit earlier on in the cultivation of it, so it's a bit more like uncultivated, perhaps. I think.
Okay.
But I think it was a really nice wine. I've had it in Portugal. It's a bit more exciting. Just it's outside of the normal sort of framework of white or red, or rosé, and I think it's just really nice, really refreshing, and it'd be quite a it'll be quite chilled too, which will, and I think it will really sort of go with all the starters I've picked.
Sure.
It'll be a complementary thing to those. So my starters, I've sort of cheated a bit perhaps.
Okay.
You've
just ordered 5 or something?
I've gone for a seafood tapas, I'm calling it. An international seafood tapas.
Right.
So we'll get a few different things and it'll be shared across the table.
Oh,
so I'm not eating all these by myself.
Okay.
You'll have these like 6 or whatever plates on the table, and then you have a bit of each. So I've picked. I want escargots in garlic. Do you know what those are? No, it's snails.
Oh, okay.
So I like snails. I mean, often they are like really drowned in garlic, so it's hard to necessarily know what they taste like on their own. But I had them in Paris before. They're really nice.
Sure. Yeah.
They're quite. You don't often get the opportunity to have them, so I'd like to have them again. And you get all these little weird tools to like get the meat out of the snail.
Sure.
So those things that like girls use to like do their eyelashes.
What, tweezers?
No, not tweezers. Not pulling them out. To make them more like.
The more
curl.
that had a pushy.
They're these like little metal. This little metal thing you put against your eye and sort of.
I feel sick seeing you imitate it. I feel like you're gouging your eye out. Okay. But I have to. I have to.
It does look a little bit like a medieval like torture device.
Okay.
But it does something to their eyelashes anyway. But you have a tool that looks a bit like one of those that you sort of put into the snail and you sort of extract it.
Right.
So yeah, I'll have them because they're quite fun. I'll have some salmon sashimi.
Sure, excellent choice. Yeah,
some raw salmon, finely sliced. Be handled by a proper sushi chef. Just slice that salmon, and yeah, just a real lovely bit of raw fish really. Then oysters. Probably some just good old British oysters. Again, probably just the typical sort of sauces. So I think usually have like Tabasco on it. So nothing too fancy to like go on it and sort of overpower the flavour.
Is there a particular coast where you've had really good oyster? Are you someone who goes to the coast and has oyster?
No, I think the best oysters I have perhaps is in Borough Market in London.
Sure, yeah.
And there's an oyster place there. I imagine they must come up quite fresh on the Thames.
Oh, yeah, I imagine, yeah.
That's pretty good. So yeah, I don't know any particular origin of where the oysters could come from.
Because I think I had some at Weymouth many years ago.
Yeah, we've had them at Weymouth together because we are foodies that go around the country.
We've traveled.
This was pre-vegan.
Pre-vegan,
yeah. You should clarify that.
A long time ago. Yeah.
People might be disappointed in you.
Yeah. Alas, I apologise to the listeners. Yes, there was a previous life, but yeah,
I would say though, you technically didn't really eat the oyster.
I did something to it. It went in my mouth and went down, but it
came back up.
I think I got it down in the end. I think I gagged a lot. I have difficulty with slimy sensations, so it was unpleasant. But it rotted my stomach. Well, not rotted. It was boiled away.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I think for these, so in Borough Market, I usually just get the cheaper oysters. But I think because the Dream Mill will try the more expensive oysters and see what the difference is with those.
What's your Borough Market technique? Do you find a seat or do you just stand up somewhere? Do you run or go off site?
There's a bench I've sat in multiple times, I think.
Oh, nice, you've got a bench.
It's you kind of leave the Borough Market and a little bit round the corner.
Okay.
I don't quite know where it is, but I seem to always sort of find it.
Yep.
There's some like benches that not many people, because it's literally across, like you cross the road from Borough Market, so it's a really short distance away. But because it's a little bit outside the market, then the average Joe doesn't sort of wander out that far.
No, sure.
So you tend to be able to like sit down there, slurp your oysters. From they come in a little sort of wooden tray with ice in it. So you sort of slurp that. So that's my sort of game plan.
Okay, that's a good plan. Because I just go, there's like a bit, I think there's like some area like by the bins or something where there's some seats. I think I just end up there And yes,
Yeah,
I'm always
like
just,
bins.
yeah. But yeah, you've got that's a good plan. Okay.
They do sell these like porcupine things. They're not porcupines, but in the oyster place.
Right.
They're like the real spiny. They're like these little
Starfish?
not
No,
starfish.
not starfish. I've probably seen.
But they're like these little ball things with like loads of needles coming off, and you like cut them in half, and there's a little bit of meat in the middle. I can't remember what they're called now.
It's not like the bloatfish. I'm thinking of like.
No, they don't have. Nah, that's very deep.
Okay. I'm going through.
They're not fish. They're little like sea creatures.
What's the film with the fish creatures that isn't Finding Nemo from the 2000s?
Fish tails, shark tails.
Shark tail. It might be shark tail. Okay, I'm thinking of that as like one of the creatures. Yeah, because that's probably where I learned a lot about that maybe the odd David Attenborough documentary.
I was thinking of having like I was sort of thinking, should I have one of them? Because I haven't tried it before. But I thought in my dream menu, I just want to zero in on sides that I really, really do like.
Sure, yeah.
And I think using this opportunity to sort of experiment too much might be a bit of kind of somewhat abusing the concept.
Would you like to go to a place where they have fish and then really fresh when they have them on site, and then end their lives and cook them there?
Yeah, no, I do like that. I don't necessarily like seeing them swimming around in the tank and having them fished out and stuff. But no, I did like when we were in the sushi restaurant in Japan, and we had the guy was just there behind the counter, like cutting up all the fish.
Yeah, it could be nice when you're really close to the cook. Yeah.
Yeah, so I want it all freshly cooked. Like most of this isn't actually cooked. Like the oysters won't be cooked.
No, sure.
Salmon won't be cooked. But I do want it all like freshly cut or whatever. So I found the thing I was thinking is sea urchins.
Oh, urchins, yeah.
So these things, so they got a little bit of meat in them, and I think it seems to be quite fashionable now to eat sea urchins. But yeah, I won't. They're not going to be part of my seafood platter though.
No, sure.
Perhaps if I try them in the future, they'll make the cut. I still got a few more. Cajun blackened fish.
Okay.
This is really nice. They like sort of cook some fish and they rub spices all around it, and then they fry it, so all that spice goes like black, so it looks like it's burnt.
Sure, yeah.
But there's just something really satisfying about cutting through that spice. You have really lovely fish in the middle. The spice gives it real like nice crispiness to it, flakiness. I don't know. It's really, yeah. I find those really tasty fish. Then some unagi, which is like eel, grilled eel in soy sauce. Eel's just really tasty. I think it's just so like, you sort of just bite, you just press your teeth against it and it just lets your teeth pass through kind of thing.
Okay.
It's really sort of soft. So there's, it's not chewy at all. And yeah, that's really delicious. And that's another thing I feel like all these things you can just have just a little bite off, or 2 or 3 bites off, and it would just be a nice different flavour to add to the seafood platter. Sure, yeah. Then finally, I thought, what do you typically, because this has all been like sort of fish, what would you typically associate with fish? What's the pairing?
Oh, like olive oil, chips.
Chips.
Okay,
fish
good.
And chips. So obviously none of these fish have been like typical fish shop fish. No. But I thought I'll throw in some chips too, so we're not just eating seafood. But these would just be like fries, but with kimchi on the top.
Nice choice, yeah.
And sriracha mayo.
Okay.
Which will give it a bit of spice, and it'd be like chopped up spring onions. All in.
Interesting. So you're spring onion. I didn't mind spring onion, but I don't know whether it's like, it's always like, I guess it is like a little excessive. It's like, but it's just, I can do with or without it. But do you like really appreciate most of spring onion?
I could do without. I wouldn't necessarily. It wouldn't ruin the meal if
sure.
they forgot the spring onions. Yeah. But no, I think the spring onions should be there. They add a bit of crunch. They add a bit more solid.
Yeah.
To it all, I guess.
And what about? Do you have like reference in terms of like skin on fries, or are you just like whatever?
Now you brought this up. I want them to be quite. I think to go with the kimchi, I want them to be quite salty.
Okay.
And quite like not like soft, like quite hard, because obviously they have like kimchi and mayo on like the sriracha mayo, so they might be absorbing more moisture. So I associate skin on fries tend to be like more, not so hard.
Really? I thought the opposite, but I don't know. I'm not sure. It could be either way. I don't know. But okay, so you
more
prefer
like placid, I guess.
Okay, sure.
So in this instance now, I don't think not skin on the fries.
Okay, skin off. Cool.
But yeah, so that was I think this starter, it's more. There's a lot of great flavors. And we're drinking our green wine, but it's also quite a social event. Everyone's sort of trying different things. People are digging into the snails with the weird tools. And yeah, I think it'd just be a lot of fun to share all this food. So after that, we've moving on to the main dish. So what's your main, Shaun?
Yeah, so I like a lot of cuisines, but I feel like if I'm really going to be impressed, it's going to be a curry of some kind. So this is probably, I think the best meal I ever had was a curry. I've never been able to recreate it, but so my estimate of what I would like is so quite hot, like not the hottest as could be, but like if I've drunk maybe a pint and a half of water, just like constantly, that's like a good sign that like if I'm constantly reaching for water.
So you'd be glad for the water now.
I guess now you're right. Okay, now that I come back to it, I do need it because like this is the time where I do need water. Okay. Nothing else will
apple juice suffice.
Apple juice could do it, but I think in this case, okay, yeah, I do have to row back. The water is coming in. So I've forgotten to order it, but now I'm glad you pulled through and put it on the table. Yeah. So we've got a hot curry. So general curry sauce. I'm thinking some spinach. No, tender stem broccoli. So spinach and broccoli, tender stem broccoli are my two favourite vegetables. But in particular, I'm thinking the top half. I feel like I have a habit of cutting things in weird ways. But the top half of the tender stem broccoli, because the bottom you get kind of the stem, I guess. You
don't want the stem.
It's alright, but it's always, especially because they can be quite chunky and it's more like crunchy.
Arguably, you're losing the defining trait of tender stem broccoli.
Probably.
So very decadent in this meal. You're having a lot of things where you're sort of getting rid of the majority of the thing.
I do feel bad about it. Not a majority. I'm thinking maybe the bottom third I'd like to lop off. So I'll take the top thirds. So yeah, we've got that. Maybe it's a weird choice, butternut squash cubes. I quite like that.
That's good. I think that's a good thing to have in curry.
And then tofu. I'm just a big tofu fan, so I'd have some fried tofu in there, maybe with some like paprika sort of on it as it's been sort of fried. And then like a white rice, just general
fluffy white rice.
Like a fluffy white rice, I think. So I'd probably have it to the side. Like I don't want it like caked. I'd like maybe have a bit of sauce. I don't want it like drenched in the curry sauce. And then for the side, I'd have a garlic naan. I've gone too far.
Well, let's discuss your main.
I apologise. Okay, we can stop there.
So your main dish though. So there's a story. I mean, one, I'm very much agreeing with the potato in the curry. I'm really into chunks of potato in curries. I think that's underappreciated in the West. And like even in like katsu curry, whereas we found out in Japan when we were having tonkotsu, that should have chopped up vegetables and chunks of potato in the sauce, which is often forgotten in the West. So we went to the Japanese restaurant in the city centre. I don't know if you remember that restaurant.
Was that the Shibuya one? The first full day we spent there, that we saw.
Oh no, when we in Bristol.
Right, yeah. Oh, that, yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
By the old fire station. Right in the centre, by the bus station.
Right. Okay. Yes. Okay. I'm thinking of it.
And
there it is. Yes, it's come back to that place. Yeah, that was a really good place.
And that place did have the chunks of potato and curry sauce. So I'm really I think that's a good choice. But there's a story behind what you hinted at. Right. You couldn't recreate this curry, so didn't you?
Yeah, so I've been a meal kit delivery person for 4 years.
A customer,
now.
Not
a customer, a user of the mailboxes. After I moved out from home, I wanted to start cooking because I was sort of raised on Captain Birdseye, and then I moved on to Iceland ready meals for many years, and it's I need to get food in. So I started with HelloFresh, I moved to Gusto, and I've had many meals from both of them. And yeah, there was one particular evening in 2023, it would be now, where I had an incredible curry. I guess I cooked it, ate it, and it was it was the best meal I think I've probably ever had. And then I had the experience of people looking at me through the window because I had some housemates at the time, and they'd gone out for a walk, but they came back and they just watched me because I guess I was so happy. Just watching me was an enjoyable experience, and I drank quite a lot of water during that because it was quite a hot one.
Would you like your fellow diners to be watching you eat this?
No, I don't mind if they're watching me and I don't notice. I'd be very put off if I noticed people looking at me.
Other tables looking at you and thinking, look at him having such a nice time with his curry.
Yeah, that would be awkward. So, but yeah, that unfortunately, you get the recipes. Obviously, so in principle, I could have kept it, but I just didn't know how special it was at the time. It was good, but it's just like it took time for it to really bed in that. Oh, that was good, and yeah, I just pick meals each week, and I have many curries since, but none has quite hit. So for all I know, I've had that meal again and just had the wrong mood and not realised it. But as far as I know, I've never had it again. So
this you want the dream restaurant to recreate the magic and lost curry recipe, and you won't be in the exact same mood you were at the time you ate it the first time, and enjoy it in the same way.
Have you heard there was like there's a poem, I can't remember what it was, about there's like some traveling person who has like this weird elixir, and like I think like a woman like has some of that and it's so good she wants it again, but the person's gone, and her friend, and she's like goes into a depressive state, and like I think her sister has to go and try and find this elixir for her again, and then she has it and it tastes awful, and it just breaks the spell and she goes back to normal after that. But people, apparently it's like a thing, lots of people had this elixir and it curses them and they just die of depression. And it's like this person has this elixir. I wish I could remember. But yeah, I read it in school, I think.
It's quite macabre.
It is, yeah. It sort of sticks with you, and it's a good analogy for life. You have these experiences where you're like the rest of your life, you're like, I wish I could go back to that moment. And then when you do get it,
it's sort of a lose-lose situation, because you either just spend the rest of your life longing to re-experience it and die from depression from not being able to experience again. Or you do it again and it's rubbish, and then you're just sad that you had.
I think it's maybe the bad. It depends what the thing is, but yeah, I think it's often useful to have that perspective of like, I can. At least it's nice to have the bit of I can move on. I don't know. It could, I don't know. Idolizing the past can be. It's good to have things that you feel good about, but yeah, there's that risk of like putting your past on a pedestal and not being able to move forward. So,
okay. My main is the seafood paella.
Yes.
I really, really love paella.
You really love seafood, by the sounds of it.
I love seafood. A lot of seafood on this menu. And I'm very I'm always sort of, I never really have it at home. I sometimes have a paella ready meal, but that's not the same thing. This is going to be a proper paella served in one of those sort of black pans.
Okay.
And then they have all the bomba rice and the sort of peas, red pepper, and saffron spice, with prawns, not mushrooms, mussels.
Mussels, yes.
Prawns, mussels, clams, and squid.
Yes.
And obviously the clams are still in their shell. Yeah. The prawns and the mussels are still in their shell. And the prawns, whatever, sort of you still have to pick them apart and stuff. So it's quite a bit of a messy, difficult thing to eat, and a bit of a process to eat. But yeah, just I think it was a really good paella once in Barcelona, and yeah, it's a dish. It's perhaps not my favourite dish, but it's one that I have quite rarely, so it would be very nice to have it. But yeah, like you, I was sort of thinking, should I have like a curry perhaps, or but opportunities for curries are a bit more regular. Same with like pizzas and stuff. It's quite easy to go and get a pizza. So paella is I think the perfect sort of perfect dish for this situation. Now we're moving on to sides. which you've rushed in
I
to
did,
say
I
you're
did,
getting your
yes.
garlic naan. Did you say?
Yeah, I mean it's one of the traditional things that you sort of have alongside a curry. Yeah, like it's hard. I don't know. There's a lot of different naans out there. I'm not like a very experimental. It's always intimidating when you get the naan menu and there's like 10 items. And you're like, oh, goodness, what am I gonna do? So there's a plain naan. And, well, I can't just do a plain naan. So like garlic is my one level
Cheese
up.
is sort of ruled out for you.
Unfortunately, that's why I would otherwise have gone more towards. And I can't remember the other
Peshwari
Peshwari. I don't even know what that is.
It's sort of coconut and a load of different things. I think it's sort of a paste. So you're not ever adventurous enough to go with a.
You just don't like
name.
It's one of the things I need to research it because I'm always in the mood. I'm like I just don't want to let down the milk. So yeah, I'll just take garlic naan. So it was nice, but yeah, it's that or like chips and chips. I always feel like I'm doing a disservice to the curry. Even though it's like it's a good combo, but it just feels. I'd like to try and be authentic, somewhat authentic to the cuisine.
Yeah, fair enough. I think garlic naan's good. I think you can scoop up your curry with it and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a good thing to clean your plate with if you've got a little sauce left. So yeah, good choice. I've gone with edamame.
Okay.
In the skin. In what do you call it? This skin. Yeah,
it's just the skin. Yeah.
With like rock salt.
Oh sure, yeah.
So you sort of you put the whole thing in your mouth and you sort of pull it through your teeth so the little beans come out and you get the salt flavour with them and you discard the skin. But again, I think this is one of my it's probably my all-time favourite sort of vegetable.
Sure.
It's not the most healthy vegetable because you combine it with salt, which isn't great. So it's not like a daily one of my favourite day sort of vegetables. But for like restaurant eating, I always get edamame really if it's on the menu as a side.
How many do you think is like the perfect amount of those? Like...
I don't know. I've had it before where I've had edamame as a starter, and it's probably a sharing bowl.
Yeah. But so it can be easy to lose track, I guess, when it's all piled up and everyone's got some.
But I've had it all to myself, and I've been quite filled up for the rest of the meal.
Yeah, sure.
So, but I think it'd be a side here. I'd already gotten through a lot of the meal too, so I sort of know how to sort of pace myself.
Sure.
I don't think I'm eating quite a fulfilling meal, but I don't think I'm eating too. There's not too much. Just the Bombay rice really and stuff, and some of the fries and the star. There's not too much like carbs, so everything's quite light. So I think I can eat quite a lot of edamame.
Sure.
And I think again, like a lot of the sort of stuff in the meal is quite an experiential food.
Sure.
There's a bit more of a process to eating it. It's not just shoving it in your mouth. You sort of go through you work the beans out.
Yeah, it's a process.
So it's another thing you can get hands on with. So quite a tactile food, like a lot of the stuff I've had so far. So yeah, I think it's a good side. And fun to eat. Now we're on to our second drink. Which I think is probably, we would have had off the first drink of the starter. So you'd been drinking your apple juice back then. But now we're probably getting this drink from our main inside. Yep. So what's your second drink, sorry?
It's a beer. It's got to be a beer. For me, I always enjoy beer, but I think it goes well with, I don't know, I associate that with having a curry. It's funny how certain countries have often like one or two brands that is like emblematic of them, and so for Indian one, it's Cobra and Kingfisher are the two.
So what are you going for?
Well, I didn't actually pick one of those. I felt bad because not often you might have some of those as just like on the side, like as like we have to accommodate everyone. So whenever I'm picking like a mainstream beer, I would go for a Birra Moretti.
Okay.
So if there's a Moretti on tap, I don't know. I think.
Yeah. Would you like it on tap or from can? Like what?
I'm a believer in tap when I can. So as a dream drink, it's a Moretti. I always feel like when I'm going to a place, I feel like I want to conform. to the, especially because if you're going to an Indian place, you feel like you're going to take Kingfisher. So I think I tend to go Kingfisher out of the two. But if I'm like in a place that's doing all the world's cuisines, because it's our dream place, I'll just pick a Moretti.
And this is you non-conformist Shaun having a Moretti with his curry. Good choice of pint. I've also considered having like a pint at some point in the meal. Sure. I thought, because I've had champagne and green wine at this point.
Yeah.
I can't quite remember the order of the rhyme. Beer, is it like beer before?
I think beer before the wine.
Always, is it beer before wine? Always fine. Wine before beer. Always queer.
Fair. Beer. You could probably have the first air, but generally, you don't, don't do beer afterwards. Yeah.
Don't do beer after, but so I couldn't quite remember. I think I stick to the wine here. I think beer also. The beer I'd lean towards was probably like something like a Guinness or a stout. And they're quite sort of heavy drinks. Yeah,
you don't really do add my mate if you've had a Guinness.
So I don't really want them with my meal. Like if this is like the dream pub scenario, I'll be having stout probably. But yeah, with my meal, I think I'm just sticking with wine. And I've had champagne, green wine. So the next one is red wine, which is my favourite colour of wine.
Sure. Yeah.
Again, the sommelier or whatever he's called will come over and sort of recommend the best red wine for the situation. So there's no pressure for me to like sort of make a choice. But this red wine, it'll be served in jugs. So they pour it out into jugs, and then on the table there'll just be jugs of red wine that you can fill up your little glass with.
Okay, so you're not drinking your own. I was wondering if you're just pouring straight from the jug into jug to mouth. Okay.
No, not that. No. Sort of Roman decadent sort of situation. No, but I just like the aesthetic of having wine in jugs on the table.
Okay.
Yes, you sort of see it sometimes, and it's quite a festive. I don't know, like. I just like having it in the jug on the table.
So in terms of festive, do you like a spiced red like on Christmas?
No, I just meant festive as in like an occasion, not like Christmassy. I don't want it spiced. No. Okay. I just want good red wine to go with my paella, and I will have like quite little glasses. They're like sort of old school wine glasses. Sure, yeah. So you have like a jug, and you just so you can have multiple glasses rather than just like one big one. That's sure. But you get the experience. It's just like just topping it up quite often from the jug. That's my second drink.
Actually, on that, just topic, how do you feel like places where I don't even do a place where people are roaming around topping up wines? That's just an activity. How do you, is that a thing you enjoy? Do you find that off-putting, or when you're
I've never been in such a situation where they're all just freely topping up your drinks.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So it's quite not intimidating, but it's always just like you're in conversation, it disrupts you, and you just like there's pressure to I have to make a decision. So like maybe I say I know it's just very easy to get more drunk than you'd intended when people are roaming freely like that. Yeah.
No,
so it's nothing I enjoy.
And again, this is probably where the jugs come in.
Sure, you self-serve.
Fill yourself up. Yeah, for sure. Okay, now we're on to dessert. So what's your dessert, Shaun?
So my favourite dessert, you're familiar with the venue of Casper's, I believe.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, so I think that's probably one of my favourite dessert experiences. So they have they have many things, but I quite like their cookie doughs. I think on the vegan side they do have a pistachio one. I don't know if it's, but they have like a different thing that there's like some cronut. I think is their thing. It's like a weird donut thing that's like that. But in principle, they could do like a cookie dough. That would be my favourite. I adore that. Just big portion, tasty cookie. I'm a big biscuit fan, so having a big biscuit.
Are you just eating cookie dough?
It's a thing that it's an e-product. It's like the cookie dough with I guess they have pistachio now ice cream. It's a thing they serve that was really good, and on the side a latte. Their lattes are the best I've ever had. I don't know if there's fatty milk, but that it would be a latte as well. Yeah,
it would be oat milk.
It would be an oat milk latte. Yeah.
Okay, and cookie dough.
Yes.
some pistachio.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my like they've
warm?
Ubered it over to the restaurant.
So you don't want the restaurant to have prepared it.
Well, if they can prepare it, so I don't the identical standard.
To that standard.
Maybe it's like a partnership, like when you have like places that are like proud to serve Costa coffee, where they're not Costa but they're proud. So it's like that. They got the ingredients in there. They cook it for
No, it's quite. Or you have restaurants that have like there's some dessert place across the road, so they have like a deal that their desserts should just be from that place.
Yeah.
Just go over and like get the desserts from across the road.
Yes. Yeah.
So maybe okay. There's a Casper's opposite the Dream Restaurant, and they're going to be getting over your cookie dough. Well, my ideal dessert is the Portuguese custard tarts.
Okay.
I think they're nattos. They're like these little tarts that they're kind of they're a bit like a creme brulee in a way, in that there's the top of it's like all glazed, so the top's like solid.
Yep.
But as soon as you like get through that, it's just like custard, really.
Sure, yeah.
So it's just this like vessel to have like nice sort of Portuguese custard, and with it, I'm sort of cheating again, though you've had your coffee with it. So
sure, yeah.
I'm having some tawny port, which is a Portuguese port. That's like it's called a tawny port, and it's like a quite sweet port that you have with dessert. So it's I just really want to get through all the wines here. So we're having a little nice dessert wine that the sommelier would have picked and would go well with the custard tarts. But that's not all, Shaun.
It's not? Okay, that's more.
I didn't like let you know this could be on the menu, but I shoot in a few extra final courses.
Okay, so I might have to improvise, or we'll see what you have.
So after we've had the dessert and the port, we will retire to some like comfortable, we'll move away from the table and we'll sit around some comfortable armchairs. By like a fire maybe, and we'll have the cheese course.
The cheese course, right? Of course, yes, yeah.
Which I thought as a vegan I didn't like bother mentioning.
No, I mean I mean as a former cheese eater, or I've had some vegan cheeses exist. I can try and sympathise or find ones that I've enjoyed. Even when I didn't branch out as much as I always aspire to more. But anyway, what have you got?
So I'd have a camembert.
Sure. Yeah.
With black pepper crackers.
Okay.
And again, this is another sort of quite experiential food, I think, where you have the thing of camembert and it's like the melted cheese, and then you have a spoon or whatever and you scoop some out and put on your cracker. So it will be quite a communal activity again.
Sure. Yeah.
And camembert's a cheese I do really like. I don't tend to like cheese that much, but I think like melted cheese on like pizza and burgers is good. And camembert's like a way you can just have like that style of cheese just delivered quite directly to you.
Sure. Yeah.
And I like black pepper crackers because they got a bit of a kick.
Yeah.
And with it also, I might have a little tub of Brunost paste, which is a strange sort of brown cheese that looks a bit like fudge. Right. That's like a spreadable thing, and it's very sweet. It doesn't really taste like cheese. I got given some by our friend who works in a cheese factory. And it was quite. I wouldn't want too much of it. Sure. And it's more just to see what other people's reactions to it are, really, rather than having it too much myself.
Sure.
So that would just be there too, as like a sort of a fun side option to the camembert. And with it, Shaun, I'm going to have some honey mead.
Mead, okay.
Mead, I think this is the 5th type of wine I've had in this meal. And so everyone's getting a bit tipsy probably at this point. But yeah, meads, I don't know if I've ever had mead. And it goes well with cheese because mead's like made of honey. It's a good classic, like sort of British drink, really. So it'll be good to try it. And I think it will be a perfect opportunity to have some honey mead. Then after that, Shaun, that's not all.
That's not all.
This is where the coffees come out.
The coffee, I think that's always like a fun bit. I guess, if you have that as a separate, would you like any teas or coffee? And you're like, oh, yeah, I would.
So we'll have a coffee. And I don't know what, I was thinking, but maybe just like a flat white. I was thinking, like, should I really get fancy and have like a Spanish latte, which has like condensed milk in it? But I thought probably a bit much at this point. Just a flat white. But with, on the side, a shot of Frangelico,
Oh,
which
liqueur,
is
yeah.
which is like a liqueur. I
Yeah.
think it's like hazelnut liqueur.
Sure.
That's nice. It's the liqueur that you put in if you're having affogato.
Yes.
And you pour coffee. You pour espresso.
Mm-hmm.
This hazelnut liqueur
Mm-hmm.
and over ice cream, and you have that sort of thing. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not having a affogato. I don't think
Sure.
I want a flat white,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm having a little shot of liqueur
Okay.
to sip. Either people can pour it into their flat whites or whatever, or we just do the shot.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite a nice sort of sweet flavour.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, when we're all left to real, it's been a wonderful evening.
Right.
We've all eaten a lot, and we're leaving the restaurant now, Shaun.
And you're going across to McDonald's?
No, we're not going to
No.
McDonald's, Shaun. That's so ridiculous. But what should we encounter on the street?
Kebab shop?
A kebab shop. That's a good idea. But no, that's a nice shout, Shaun. But I don't think we can handle a kebab at this point.
No, that
right.
siren sound calling out. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's a good call.
It's the sweet potato van we've actually encountered in Tokyo, I think. And this was just a guy. He had a little van. He had some microphone blaring out his advertising sort of song, his siren call, and we're all just we'll be walking back after the big meal, but we'll hear that. We'll see him, and we'll get our half of our sweet potato, which is just like cooked very quickly on like some sort of stone slab, and then he puts the salt on it. He puts it onto newspaper, and just eating as a really nice sweet potato. And we didn't really I don't know if we sort of discussed this at the time, because when I was looking back at photos, obviously they were yellow, and obviously he's singing about sweet potatoes, which. So I was sort of thinking was it actually a sweet potato? Because it didn't look like a sweet potato and didn't taste like one. But there's such things as yellow sweet potatoes.
I did not know that. Okay. Yeah.
So it must have been a yellow sweet potato.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, we'll have some yellow sweet potatoes, freshly cooked by that Japanese guy with a bit of salt on, and that will be something we will nibble on as we walk home after this quite big meal. So yeah, that's our dream meals.
I mean, as there's the opportunity to have a dessert for my dessert, outside of a cheese menu, I felt what I would go for is like a Fox's biscuit selection.
Okay.
I don't think I can have that exact product, but an equivalent.
They would have made.
There's enough vegan biscuits that you could get them together. And then Biscoff make a spread. There's like a you get a spread.
Whoa, sure. You're putting Biscoff spread onto biscuits.
No, I'm putting the biscuits into the spread. I'm like dipping the biscuits in, scooping it up onto the biscuit, and then eating that.
So you have, let's say, you have like some, like a vegan chocolate covered biscuit.
Yes.
And that's going into the Biscoff spread.
Yes.
Wow.
So I recently
Biscoff spread's made from biscuits.
Yeah. So I think so. Actually, a few days ago, my mum gave me some Biscoff biscuits, and then I had the Biscoff spread. So I dipped the Biscoff into the Biscoff, and then just ate it, and it was odd because it just tastes like more Biscoff. So I was hoping for something different, but it was just like slightly wet Biscoff on dry Biscoff. So I think it'd be interesting to have slightly different biscuit. I did when I was at uni. When I was at uni, I used to have chocolate biscuits and dip it into Nutella.
Okay, this is quite
I tried to stop very quickly because I was like, this is not going to be good for my body. But it was a brief. It was my first discovery of Nutella. So I was making up for 18 years of lost time, and it was a brief, wonderful period of my life that I still think back on sometimes.
So you're gonna have your cookie dough and your coffee.
Yeah.
And then right at the end, they bring out
biscuits. So I'm like, there's always room for a couple of biscuits.
And I guess this is where your water will come in handy again, because that must be quite
No. I mean, it's the spread is just liquid, viscous. It was liquid enough, but it doesn't actively dry your throat. It doesn't moisten it, but like it's sort of a neutral experience, I think.
No, okay, that's fair enough. I think that's kind of an unpleasant end to the meal.
Well, it's fine. We each have our different interests. You can have your cheese. You can like look away, and while I eat more biscuits than any human reasonably should.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I think let's like read each other back our menus, and then we can like comment on the entire meal.
Okay.
Shaun, your dream menu is still water, requested by a fellow diner. A horizontal slice off the top layer of tiger bread, bowel buns with tofu and tangy sauce, apple juice, a recreation of a gusto vegan curry with chunks of sweet potato, garlic naan, beer moretti, Casper's cookie dough with a oat milk latte, and then a selection of vegan biscuits to dip into Biscoff spread. So what do you think, hearing that all back? Would that be
Yeah, it's I'll have a very full. I'll have to like rub my belly a bit. Yeah, I think I have to say how disciplined I am with beer. I tend to it can dominate. It's a hard one to mix drink and food. But yeah, the food selection is going to be a very pleasant. I will be satisfied, I think. Yes.
Okay.
So now I present unto you the words you have spoken to me. So, Mr. Morgan will be beginning with hard water, his chilled council pop, and there shall be a flute of champagne, and then there shall be a surprise, which may be poppadoms, garlic baguette, or perhaps something else. There will then be the seafood tapas starter. That shall be comprised of escargots and garlic, salmon sashimi, oysters, Cajun blackened fish, grilled eel in a soy sauce, and fries topped with kimchi, sriracha mayo, and spring onion. There shall then be a Portuguese green wine. Next up for the main is the seafood paella, which is served in a pan, a side of edamame. The drink here is then a red wine served in jugs on the table. For dessert, there's Portuguese custard tarts with a tawny port. Then comes the cheese course in the back room. This will be camembert with black pepper crackers, plus a tub of brunost paste with honey mead. Next, a flat white with a shot of French liqueur on the side. On the way home, there's a yellow sweet potato cooked on a stone slab from the street food vendor.
Wow. First thing, hearing you say French liqueur really shows me how wrong I was pronouncing that drink.
Well, let's see if I said it right, but that's how I...
No, that sounds right. That sounds right, doesn't it? Anyway, but yeah, no, I'm very hungry hearing that.
Yeah, sure.
Thirsty. It sounds like quite a lot, but I generally think I could eat all of that.
Sure. Yeah.
I'll be filled up at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, a lot of it's quite lightish, I think, and a lot of it'll be quite a slow meal.
Yes.
We'll be sort of working our way through it. It won't be a hurried meal.
Perhaps 4 hours end to end. It depends how
maybe.
It depends. I feel like we could spend a little while with the cheese or biscuit course, just like an hour there, just.
The tapas too, and hopefully a lot of wine to fuel the conversation. So hopefully, that sounds like a great meal, and I'd love to have it.
Yes.
I probably, as soon when we finish the sweet potato, on the way home, I'll be probably going to bed, because we would have drank quite a lot of wine and ate quite a lot of food.
So I've heard the BBC's budget is being reviewed at the moment. So I think this may be the time to put in a request for like a TV show, perhaps that can help with this.
Oh, a TV show? Yeah, I thought you were just.
I mean, they could just pay for us to do this just privately.
If we went to the sort of, because we're in the recording booth in BBC Cardiff, and perhaps if we took some receipts to.
If we could find Welsh restaurants restaurant that would do this first, it's perhaps a way to promote the Welsh economy.
And then we could make a TV show. So yeah, if the BBC's listening, we would happily make a TV show about this.
Yes.
Where we actually eat our meals.
Yes. How do you feel about having cameras on you when you're eating?
I think if I'm having this meal,
you're fine with it.
You're
making an allowance, okay.
If that Jamie Acaster guy and Ed Grumble from the Off Menu podcast would like to join us for our dream meal, I'm sure they'll be welcome. They didn't turn up today though.
Sadly not.
it doesn't matter because we got through it without them. But yeah, no, what a mouth-watering episode. And maybe very self-indulgent. But I hope people.
Well, the listeners, my understanding is they love us,
and I would like, I'm sure that they do, and maybe they could write in with their dream menus.
Yes. I've been looking for some paper to write on the back of, so so I think if they provide that, I can put that in a stack in the cupboard and then use that when the time comes.
To write notes on. That'd be good. Yeah, that'd be. Wow, but maybe perhaps we could continue to use this format and have some guests on.
Sure. Yes.
If
are we going to call this
if I don't know who
I've already forgotten. Was it off topic off food? What was the original?
I think it was called off menu.
Off menu. So we call this side menu, on menu.
I think we call it the menu.
The menu. Oh, we're taking the definitive.
And then we can get Anna Taylor-Joy on.
Right. That's what we're going to do.
That might get lost in the algorithm or because she's in a film called The Menu.
Yeah.
So it might be hard to search on Google if people search The Menu Anna Taylor-Joy.
Right.
So maybe we just don't get Anna Taylor-Joy on. We call it The Menu, and we get, I don't know, Sabrina Carpenter on. She's I'm sure she was a potential guest in the past.
Yes, I think if we she might be more. I think she's probably like promoting her latest album, so it's a good opportunity to come on.
Do you think she would have an espresso in a meal?
I'd like to think she wouldn't. I like to think she doesn't. Okay. I'd like to think she doesn't actually drink espresso. I think that'd be more fun.
Okay.
If she has a she doesn't like coffee at all and she just drinks tea.
Yeah, just it'd be quite a boring episode if she just had tea and didn't want any food. For a dream meal.
Well, there's got to be some food. Yeah. There'll be like I wouldn't say just tea. And she declines to eat
cucumber sandwiches and tea.
Sorry, I got a chill through my spine there. Though I do remember someone eating banana sandwiches or something, and that made me feel.
My dad eats banana sandwiches.
It's
a bit odd. I wouldn't.
No.
I'd hope not to hear that. Or I don't know. I'm sure there's other people we could get. Noel Edmonds, perhaps.
I think I've had enough of Noel Edmonds in my life. BBC talent. I think Gary Lineker's got some time now.
Gary Lineker.
Yeah,
I think he's too paid off by all the brands.
I see.
Walkers,
you're worried he's going to bring some Walker crisps in, and the music's going to start playing, and then people come in and they're like,
you'll just be talking about Walkers,
and we just look around and this is okay. Yeah, I can see that.
But I don't know. We'll have a think about it.
Right.
But or we could get a guest on, but they ask us our dream menu, and
we just say what we've done again. Oh, do we have to come up with another dream menu?
Perhaps come up with another one. I don't know. No, we'll see. But I hope I think that's the episode. I think we got someone knocking on the recording booth door.
Oh, that's what that was. I thought that was the pipe work.
Yeah, we're only going to be here for half an hour, I think. And I think it's round to see me all like sat around waiting for.
Oh, is that the one show people?
Jamie,
I think it might.
Alex Jones. The Welsh lady, Alex Jones.
Oh yes, her. Right, I see.
Not that one. So no, that one, but not the one you were thinking of originally.
Okay, right.
Yeah, and Matt Baker, is it from
Top Gear? I'm afraid I'm a bit out of date.
There's the people outside the Monstro hosts outside. I don't know what they're recording.
Oh, I don't know what their name. There's a bunch of people.
Okay. So yeah, we'll sign off. Okay. Thanks everyone. Bye.